If you're interested in moving to Denver, Colorado, I can imagine you're curious about where are the best places to live. Is it better to live right smack dab in the center of the city or on the outskirts? Are the northern suburbs better than the southern suburbs? Or is everything terrible and you should just pick one of the four corners of Colorado and move there? Okay. Maybe not that one. But why don't we dive into which suburbs of Denver are the best, and more specifically, why they're the best? Let's get started. Alright, so the first suburb of Denver we're going to talk about is Centennial. Why is it one of the best? Because of three reasons: schools, housing, and the outdoors. So Centennial, which is a large suburb on the outermost side of southern Denver, does feature a terrific set of schools. Most of Centennial is part of the Cherry Creek School District, which has been given an A rating on niche.com and has been ranked the #3 best school district in Colorado and #2 in the Denver area. There are multiple schools here from elementary to high school that receive A or A+ rankings. One worth mentioning is the Cherry Creek High School, which has been ranked the #2 best public high school in Colorado and boasts some pretty impressive academics. But now if we're talking housing, Centennial is on the list because it does feature a relatively affordable median price for housing compared to the overall Denver area, but also compared to other suburbs on this list. At the time of this video, the median home price of a single family home in Centennial sits around $653,000, while the median price for a condo or townhome sits just shy of $403,000. Now these prices are, of course, higher than the national average, but if you don't know already, Colorado itself is higher than the national average, not just in elevation. But now if we discuss the outdoors, Centennial features a ton of parks and open space, especially on the western side of the suburb. Being on the south side of Denver, it's not far from a lot of outdoor locations along the Front Range, like for example Chatfield State Park. But also on the eastern side of the suburb, you have Cherry Creek State Park, just a bit north, which is a beautiful spot within Denver to go and explore and spend a summer afternoon. I'll throw a link below so you can check it out. Now the next suburb we have to talk about is Greenwood Village. This is on the list for another 3 reasons: schools, location, and the job market. So for schools, Greenwood Village is also part of the Cherry Creek School District, but the western half of the suburb is in the Littleton Public School District, which has been ranked the #5 best school district in Colorado. The district, like Cherry Creek, does feature a ton of A-ranking elementary, middle, and high schools. One worth mentioning is the Arapahoe High School, which has been ranked the #4 best high school in Arapahoe County and boasts some impressive academics as well. Now if we move on to Greenwood Village's location, it's located just north of Centennial, quite literally the next suburb north. So if your work takes you into Denver, I-25 runs right through the suburb, so commute time is minimal. Also, given its location and suburb design, the homes here are much more spaced out as well. Granted, you can expect that that would mean the median home price here is a lot higher, which it is, so keep that in mind. But it's located far enough south that if you're interested in getting out of the city from time to time, you can easily do that. Yes, there's still a bit of navigating required, but you're avoiding a lot of traffic compared to the suburbs that are closer into Denver. But now let's end with the job market. So an interesting fact is that Greenwood Village does feature the Denver Tech Center, which is a hub of business and economic activity in the city itself. It is home to a large concentration of technology-related companies, corporate offices, but also features a section of modern office buildings, hotels, restaurants, and shopping centers. It sits right at the connecting point between I-25 and 225, so it's very easy to access, assuming minimal traffic, of course. Something to keep in mind if your profession will have you working here, and another reason why Greenwood Village is a desirable suburb. But perhaps you're looking for a suburb that's just a bit farther away from the city. Well, now let's hop a bit further south, actually just south of Centennial, and check out Highlands Ranch. Now this suburb is located just south of 470, which in my opinion is the highway that marks the southern perimeter of the greater Denver area. Although technically that's not the case. It has been ranked one of the top suburbs of Denver for 2 reasons: location and affordability. Like I mentioned, Highland Ranch is on the south side of Denver, and so it provides a bit more seclusion from the urban feel of the city, yet maintains a legitimate amount of amenities and that suburban aesthetic. But given its location, it's much closer to outdoor locations like Chatfield State Park or the Cherokee Ranch and Castle, which features a 15th century castle. The style, it wasn't actually built in the 15th century, of course. And over 3,400 acres of open space. And those are just two. Not even mentioning the numerous outdoor locations you can find all along the eastern side of the Front Range. But now let's switch to affordability. So like Centennial, the median price for a single family home in Highlands Ranch sits just at around $685,000, while the median price for a condo or townhome sits just under $495,000. So again, a bit more expensive than the median price of Denver as a whole. But if we're gonna be honest, there's going to be a bit of a price tag to the best suburbs of Denver. In a future video though, I'll talk a bit more on the most affordable suburbs of Denver. But let's be honest, we seem to have talked about a lot of southern suburbs of Denver. Are there any that are good in the north? Yes. Absolutely. If you're intrigued about some suburbs on the northern side that are still far enough away from Denver, like Highlands Ranch I'd say, but yet still provide an easy access into the city, I recommend checking out this video here. Erie is a suburb on the northern reaches of the greater Denver area that offers beautiful homes, beautiful views of the Front Range, and a bit more of that secluded feel compared to other suburbs closer to the city. I think you'll find it helpful. This is Life on the Front Range. I'll see you there.